Hi there everyone. So I'm finally getting to this video, and just a side note, I will be still taking questions if you do have any more, but I figured I would make a video now so it doesn't get too long, and if you have any more questions, send them to me, Tumblr, YouTube, whatever, and I'll answer them when I get to them. So, let's see here. We'll jump right into questions. First off, and added bonus, pants too. What? Ugh. Okay, so let's see here. Here is question. Okay, so these are all from the same person. This is Kingspor. And his real name is Luke, and he's pretty awesome. You should probably go follow him. Do you think pornography is obscene? No, I do not. I think that there's a time and a place for pornography, and I think that if you yourself enjoy it and your partner enjoys it as well, I think that there is a good place for pornography in a healthy sexual relationship. I do think that there are some kinds of porn that stretch social norms, but I would say that there's very few kinds of porn that are actively harmful to both the actors and the people watching them, kind of thing. So, yeah. So no, pornography, not obscene, in short. Let's see here. Okay, what is my favorite fruit and why? Oranges, because they're delicious. So, next question. I mean, like, what more can you say? What is your favorite TV series? That's a hard one to answer, because I watch a lot of stuff on Hulu, so I kind of watch it in chunks. Let me give you a rundown. I watch The Simpsons, Family Guy, and American Dad on a regular basis. I watch Fringe. I watch Warehouse 13. I watch Merlin. I watch Big Bang Theory. I watch True Blood. My favorite one out of those is probably Big Bang Theory. It's the one that I will watch I will probably buy those seasons when they come out. Well, they have come out, but I'll probably buy those seasons in a box set at some point in time. So, what is your favorite daytime TV talk show host, past or present? First of all, let me say I don't really watch a whole lot of daytime TV. So, yeah. But, if I had to pick one, Oprah obviously is like the clear answer, because who doesn't like Oprah? But I have a soft spot for Tyra. She speaks to my soul. She speaks to my soul. My very ghetto activist woman soul. Yeah. What is your favorite flavor of soup? If it's homemade, my mom's chicken noodle soup is to die for. If it is anything else, then I'm always safe getting cheesy broccoli or cream of potato. So yeah. What is your favorite food that is also bad for you? Ice cream. Not even a question. Ice cream, hands down. Love it. Die for it. Love it. Oh my god, yes. And to those of you who are lactose intolerant, sucks to be you. Next question. And this one is from Dammit Dave, which clearly Dave anyway. And where would I like to live after college and or for the majority of my life? After college, I'd love to live in a bigger city. Like Chicago would be fine, but I could see myself on the coasts. I could also see myself abroad, in London, in England, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, maybe Switzerland and Austria, but those are just the ones that kind of pop to the forefront of my mind. But yeah, so, but then once I get done doing the whole abroad thing, I'd probably come back to the Midwest, raise my family, and then either retire in the Midwest or retire abroad in Britain or Germany. So yeah. And now I have a couple of TMIs. One is from Shotgun Sunday, Austin. And he would like to know my thoughts on sounding. And for those of you that don't know what sounding is when a man takes objects and sticks them in the urethra opening of his penis, and it's generally for the act of stretching it out. And so, well, that's kind of an end goal. So, yeah, no, that's not my thing. For those of you out there who might be into sounding, more power to you. It takes all kinds. Do your thing. Do it loudly. Do it proudly. But it's not personally my cup of tea. Just because I had a traumatic experience as a child with straw. And yeah, I mean, I could go into detail. It's not, like, embarrassing. It's just, whatever. So it was, like, traumatic, and I don't ever need to repeat that. Thanks. So yeah, not a super fan of that. But like I said, those of you who have that kink, more power to you. And then this from Colorful Metaphor, and this is Mike, is his real name. In excruciating detail, give an account of the best sex I've ever had. Bonus points if it was mind-blowing. Well, let me tell you. The best sex that I have ever had, my ex, we didn't really date, but we were kind of seeing each other for a month or so. He came over after we hadn't been talking for about a month and a half. He was drunk out of his mind. He was in a really bad place, money-wise and stuff. He was just kind of down in the dumps. So he had been drinking with his friends, not by himself, thankfully. But he kind of wanted to know. He was just really depressed. He wasn't confrontational at all. He just really wanted to know, like, why we hadn't worked out. And so I talked to him about it. We talked through it. He was okay. And then he kind of wanted to get out of there. He didn't want to be sitting around. And I was like, okay, well, call your friend and have him come pick you up. And he couldn't get a hold of his friend, so I was like, fuck it, fine. Stay here for the night, and you can, drive home in the morning, whatever, it's fine. And so he stayed overnight. He drank a lot of water, threw up a couple of times. We went to bed, woke up at like 6 in the morning. He was still kind of drunk, wasn't completely sober at that point. And we had the most mind-blowing sex I've ever had in my life. Which isn't saying much because I haven't had a whole lot of sex, but it was still mind-blowing, so okay. And I'm like, you say you want excruciating detail, but all I can tell you is that it started out normally, like foreplay, make out, suck cock, whatever, and then like I sat on it, and then then legitimately, unlike other times where I could kind of give you the play-by-play, like this time, like I just kind of lost track of what was going on. It was just it felt so good. It was just amazing. So yeah. So that's kind of how that went, and it was the absolute most mind-blowing experience. I mean, and we always, when I'm with him, I always finish on my back because he likes to have the feeling of dominance, and so there was definitely some shooting action on my part, and I'm not a shooter. If any of you understand that reference, I'm not a shooter, but there was definitely ended up right around here. Anyway, don't want to get too graphic here. This is going on YouTube. Okay, and then from No Shoes, No Problem, that's his URL. His real name is Luke. Feel free to pick from any of these questions. How long have I had a Tumblr? I've had a Tumblr since March of 2010. Originally, it started as an extension of my Blogger and of my Formspring account, which I no longer have. So yeah. And I didn't really use it that intensely, but then, like, as soon as I started using it, like, I started getting I originally started a little more emphasis on NPR, but that's just because that's all I had to follow. But once I started following other people, it turned into the beautiful blog that you see today. If I could redo something in my life, what would it be? I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, redo thing because I feel like things happen for a reason and you learn from your mistakes. There is one mistake though. There's two mistakes that I would consider changing. Both deal with money. So I'll pick the one that I would absolutely hands down without question do. And that is I would not have scrapped my first car. It was a Volkswagen Jetta 97. It was a great car. I scrapped it because the transmission was going bad on it. I drove for like 6 months without reverse. It was a great car, and the next car that I bought, I spent $2,000 on, and it lasted less than a year. And so I'm a little bit bitter that I made that foolish decision to scrap that car because it was a great car. It was just a really great car. Sunroof, sound system, heated seats. It had a great turning radius. It was just a great little car. And I'm just really disappointed in myself that I let it go because I had no business. I had no business getting rid of that car. But live and learn. Again, live and learn. Like, it happened and now I know, but man, if I hadn't sold that car, I would have a car now. And that would just be really nice. That would just be really nice. So, if I could eat only 3 things for the rest of my life, what 3 things would they be? Ice cream, chicken, pasta. Ice cream for dessert, chicken for protein, pasta because you can do anything with it. And who is my childhood hero? I didn't really have one, not to be a hater. I did look up to people, Mr. Rogers, my sister, my mom, not so much my dad, not because I don't like him, we just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. We still don't, but I love the man to death. I mean, there were others, but I mean, those are the ones that really jumped to the forefront of my mind. I don't know, I didn't really have, but I don't really consider those to be heroes necessarily. They were role models, but they weren't someone that I absolutely wanted to idolize. I didn't really idolize people very well. It just wasn't really my thing, in my perception. I mean, my mom might have a different view, but to me, I didn't really, you know, latch onto a single person and just idolize them. So I was a bit different in that sense, probably because I didn't have a lot of exposure to really serious pop culture. Through television, through all kinds of things, because I just didn't live in town. I lived out in the country, a little more sheltered than everyone else, which I'm actually quite happy about because, I don't know, it was just a different experience and I enjoyed it, so, and I wouldn't necessarily call myself more sheltered, you know, but whatever. It's just a different way of growing up, so yeah. So those are all the questions that I had, and like I said, if you have any more, feel free to send this to me either through Tumblr or on YouTube if you feel so inclined, and I'll answer them. But yeah, that's how that goes. I'm going to go make myself some dinner now, so you all have a great evening, and I'll catch you later. Bye.